There we are. Cool.
Yeah, mine was kind of acting up too. It's been like that for a while. They the Xfinity people came out and like hooked the neighbor's internet up or something, but they had to like use the pole that's like behind my house. And every fucking since they come over here and my shit has been fucked. I had to go like I went and got another router just to put downstairs in the studio in the basement. Um, and like it helped down here, right? But upstairs still just like I don't know, it's weird. And it never had a problem until they came out and hooked the shit up for the neighbors. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking
that's
they might,
weird.
yeah, they might
Latency,
have
huh?
let. Yeah, it's like they maybe they didn't hook something up all the way, or maybe they maybe it's like they spliced the cables or something. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's
Yeah.
causing. I'm not sure, but I know it was fine until then, and now it's all screwed up. Internet like acts like it'll cut off downstairs. Like it really acts like it doesn't have like enough bandwidth or something. Like it's fine when it's early in the morning, but as soon as like everybody's up and like tablets and phones and computers and shit like that's running, then it starts to slow down. So that's the only thing that makes sense to me because it didn't have that problem until then.
Yeah, lower latency, having some more people on the network and things of the sort, especially if the area, you know what I'm saying, doesn't have too many 5G towers or 4G towers.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. What were we discussing before? Oh, I remember. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think you
so
had some systems or something we were going to talk about.
yes, indeed. One of the systems that I have actually is for us to all bring individuals into each community. Now let me go back up to it. I had scrolled past it twice now. Give me a second. Okay,
Uh,
cool.
that's
So
my
the
biggest problem
terms,
too.
yeah,
Got
the
so much
terms
shit
and
to say.
conditions.
All right, go ahead.
I didn't hear you. It's breaking up.
Oh, I was just bullshitting anyway. Go ahead. I ain't got nothing to talk about right now. I'm trying to listen to you.
Oh, all right. Well, we in here. The
Well,
terms and
never mind. I
conditions.
got all. All right, go ahead. My bad.
You good? You good? What was it? Terms and conditions for the PPI, the privately
Mhm.
placed investments, right?
Yes,
So,
and that's so basically that's it's basically like a broker, right?
uh,
We would kind of basically be like a broker in a
in
sense.
an impromptu way, yes, but the only difference is that we have actual actionable steps outside of simply just managing the funds, right? Like we're
Okay.
also ensuring that individuals have access to educational materials, whether that
Uh-huh.
be a
Uh,
certification course or an actual hands-on project that they can add to their experience for being in the DeFi space. You see what I'm saying?
okay, I get it. So that's what I was getting at is the PPI thing. That's like a term you're coining yourself, right?
No, it's a
No.
privately placed investment.
Oh wait, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, okay.
It usually comes with a
Yeah,
PPM. So
yeah,
first
I
and
got you.
foremost, individuals will get that memorandum. It'll go
Yeah,
over all of the details of what they're about to get and how big Wealth Wave really is. You can be
got you.
as complex as giving them a slideshow presentation talking about all the dope shit you do and all the things you know. Or you can be as simple as, hey, look, this is where I'm at. This is why you need it. This is the paperwork. You
Right.
feel me?
We could actually do both. We could go both ways with it and see which
Yeah.
one registers better.
Yeah. Depending on the room, too. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
see
saying?
which one
So,
resonates. Because
yeah.
that's one thing that Nathan talked about yesterday that was cool is how me and him definitely do have completely different styles. I'm definitely not concerned about being the most professional, right? And he's very technical and you know I'd say professional seeming. So it was like he was talking about that being a good thing because it actually shows versatility um, in wealth wave and block cycle and everything as a whole. Because he's right. Some people do want someone that's very professional and very technical and very mainstreamish or whatever. And then some people they don't want that. Some people want it raw.
I'll be honest with you, Chris. I've lost a lot of customers because I was trying to be too professional. They felt like, hey,
Yeah.
look, man, you know so much that you're trying to withhold from me. And it's like, hey, I just
Mhm.
really don't want to overload you. I don't want to
That's
give you something that you're not
mhm.
gonna use.
That's
You
my
feel me?
problem too, bro. Is I have a problem with like overloading people and stuff. So I try to not do that because I do realize that especially the average person, is just not gonna fucking know the shit we know.
But one thing that you did really good yesterday, I have to give hats off to you and applause for is you asked questions. You feel me? You got them to start telling you where they're at.
Yeah, well,
You feel
I
me?
thought it's that because that's the way I kind of it being the first like time I've ever done like an event and spoke in public and shit like that. Um,
Really?
yeah, I've never actually did a public speaking event or nothing. That was the first one.
Oh,
Like now I've
dope.
done Zoom calls and I've fucking been in front of people but I've never actually like hosted or spoke at an event like as a presenter or speaker
Oh,
or
Chris,
anything.
you did really good then, man. For real,
Oh,
for real.
well, I literally I thought it was a train wreck because the fucking laptop screen broke and then the damn I couldn't get the sound to come out on the TV and then it was like but everybody else said it seemed to be all right really, so
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
going with it.
some things need to be refined, but at the
Oh
same
yeah, for
time,
sure.
it's fun.
That was a good learning experience for one because I did realize okay these are things that you got to worry about, these are things that could happen, this is that, and then it was just like there was a million reasons for that not to happen. Walt, he was sick, you know what I'm saying, the whole time, so like it was a lot of reasons why somebody could have just been like, well, you know what, we just ain't gonna, can't do it, and I was like, hell with that, bro, we said we're doing it, we're doing
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, and that's another thing too. I didn't know it was in person. I was like, "Hey, so everybody's gonna hop on the Zoom. We're gonna have this conversation." Dope.
it.
I was like, "Hold on, y'all in the conference room. Wait, what's going
Yeah.
on?"
And that was cool, man. That was completely not planned by me at all. I was actually just kind of consulting that the April on a few business things. She's interested in possibly thinking about the purchase of an insurance company, and then she had another friend that that needed some advice on possibly getting a business loan, business line of credit and things. And so I just kind of helped them and consulted them on some of those things. And then after a couple of times, she asked for the social medias. She wanted to know, well, what are you guys social? Because I'd already told her about, Walt and you and Block Saga and everything we were doing. And she was like, wow, that's so cool. She was like, well, what are your social medias? And so I gave her those. And then, like, the next day or two later, she was like, hey, would you be interested in speaking at an event? At that time, I thought it was like an event that other people put on. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought I was just going to be like a guest or a guest speaker at it. I had no idea that like the whole event was kind of like centered around us.
Yeah,
So I didn't find that out until like
actually.
a week or two before.
And you know what I'm saying? That's one of those things where it's like it kind of throws you into the fire, right? Like I probably wouldn't do it if I knew for a fact, like, hey, yeah, this and this and this, and I don't feel prepared. If I knew all of the
Yeah,
details, I probably wouldn't do it. So because you were able to get it out your bones, you know what I'm saying? The next time this proper preparation that we'll have, you'll be able to walk in there with a binder. Hey, everybody gets a
yeah,
binder. You can look over the information that I'm about to go over, and boom, 1, 2, and 3, right? A
mhm,
simple way that I found to organize some of my in-person talks, because I was also a part of the I went to community college for a minute,
yeah,
decided I could probably do better, and I went to a
right.
media school. You feel me? So I learned how to
Um,
pick up a camera. I've done radio TV production. I have a radio show out here. I'm
oh
connected
yeah,
with all the major channels out here in Chicago. So I
what?
really need to put people on who are outside of the city. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
One of the things I learned is the tabs. So just having those multiple tabs at the top, I'll have everything I need to talk about on this one tab. The second tab is another topic. The third tab. So I even if I get off topic, all I have to do is click the next tab, and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Right, bet.
Oh yeah, that's a really fucking good idea.
You feel me? It
Yes.
definitely helps.
Yeah, I
And then
promise you, that's what I need your help on probably the most. Besides just like our brainstorming and coming up with like cool ass fucking ideas and shit. Is
for
those
sure.
things there. Like the just the integration and the connectivity of the social medias and the you know what I mean? It's like I get it. That's definitely what it's there for and it's benefit, but I just don't know how to do it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I just now
Yeah.
got all my shit linked together. I just now kind of, you know what I'm saying? Really kind of got my sort. Like I had a Facebook. That was it, and that wasn't even like
For
a
real.
business profile. That was just a Facebook that just like used for a search engine, really, because you can find some really good information on Facebook. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I didn't know that until about 2.5 years ago. I was like, oh yeah, Facebook is just for like marketplace. Like I was buying cars and stuff and
yeah,
buying phones
yeah,
and stuff, but Honestly, I still use Facebook to play around. Like I
Yeah, I mean,
try to
I
be a
get on
little
there.
professional.
Yeah, it's good to do that because you kind of get a feel for the market and for like the trends and for where everybody, because that's kind of how business works, right? Is
Hmm.
it's not only about being the best and most innovative. Those are very important, but it's also about knowing the audience. It's also about knowing what, because dude, you don't want to put all this fucking, because it takes the same amount of fucking energy and time to sell, one thing as it does another, right? You still, if you're putting together a promotion to market something, you're going to put together the exact same thing, whether it's worth a million or it's worth $1, right? It's still going to have to approach the product, put the description together, put a link to it, for how much is going to be. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to do the whole campaign. So why not do the bigger ticket items for one? You know what I'm saying? It's the exact same amount of work. But
Yeah, honestly, and here's the thing, right? Like I have this whatchamacallit. I have this piece of paper right here, right?
uh-huh.
Okay. So this is just I just picked it up because I was like, hey, I like food. Yeah, they got me with this tea, right? I was like,
Right.
okay, cool.
Get your attention, boo. Oh, they got me.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, this is dope, right? And then I looked on the back, and it's two other companies.
Oh shit, they got you. Free time.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. Now, no matter what, even though I only picked it up for the food, dang, you know what I'm saying? Timeless
Now
digital
you're
and
gonna find out about Savant, right?
yeah, I'm like, hold on, okay. Who's putting these out though? I wonder if it's Timeless who's putting these out. I wonder if it's Savant who's putting these, or all three of them. Are they just putting this in
Hmm,
locations? You feel me? They're
right.
about they're about 10 miles away from me. On the 90 in the 90s, right? This one is about 5 miles away from me. So
So it's
distance
not like they're
wise,
close.
right? Distance wise, if I go to this, I'm closer to these. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And these two are close together to each other. So it's like, okay, in the same way, when we start creating our own marketing campaigns, like I would love to have Wealth Wave, Blog Cycle, member services on one,
Yes.
and then we just put
Yes.
them out every
Yeah,
city,
that's what I
every
was
state.
planning on doing too. I talked about that with Waldo. I was like, man, we just need to get together like a list, right? Because think about it. If we just a tag, right? Just a hashtag, just a mention, whatever. If every post I make, there's block cycling. If every post I make, there's member services, then I don't have to worry about that, right? Because everything that goes out is going to have some attachment. It's going to have some link. It's going to have like some mention and like just a list of so I got like a list of hashtags saved like on ChatGPT in my business folder and shit, where I could just say, hey, bring up
Mm.
the yeah. I got the whole thing. I
You know
save
what? Let me
everything
look at
into a
that.
business folder, and then ChatGPT even impressed me last night because I was gonna like just kind of look over some of the notes and shit for the talk this morning, the first Zoom I did. And when I told ChatGPT to give me all of like the relevant facts and everything from for the event, bro, it not only like brought up it talked about the actual fucking event when it had like it was talking about the shit we talked about at the event, not just the shit that I had studied on in preparation for it. That motherfucker brought up the shit we was talking about last night at the event. I was like,
Mm.
damn, this is on it for real. This is a motherfucking employee.
You know what? And honestly, that's like using a ChatGPT as an AI agent is dope. Here's the other thing
It's
though.
so
They
dope.
don't tell you in the fine terms and services. Anything that you put through ChatGPT, you no longer own.
Yeah, that is true. That is
So
true.
that being said, using it as a agent, right? One of the things that I've done is I started to train each conversation piece on aspects of either DeFi or business management and marketing based off of my understanding, so I can
Mhm.
reword it. I'll copy and paste it,
Oh
and then
yeah,
I'll
yeah. I
reword
don't
it,
do
work
much
it up.
copying. Like I will copy and paste like certain shit, or like because it'll give you references and links to other things and stuff like that. But if it's something I'm personally gonna say, this is in my shit or this is my school, no, bro, I'm changing. I'm
Yeah, I
revising.
feedback it.
I want my shit to be
I
like
do like a feedback
me
loop.
anyway. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't want to
whatever
be.
I copy and paste, once I change it up, then I'll put it back through AI, but in another tab. So that way,
Mm.
next time I'll be like, hey, based off of everything we've talked about, give me a synopsis for this. Give me a breakdown
Uh-huh.
of this.
That's
You feel
good.
me?
That's good. I get it. I should probably do that because I had that thought the other day. I was like, man. I should go back through like all the conversations and all the things. And so if it's shit that I was just bullshitting on, or if it's shit that like maybe I at the time I thought was important and relevant, but now that I've progressed, it's not. I should go and just kind of get that shit out of the way, right? Because I'm sure that if it's building a profile on how to engage with me, which it definitely does, because I go in and adjust the settings, I tell it how to respond to me, I tell it, whether or not, because you could literally tell that motherfucker to be biased as hell. You can tell ChatGPT, I want you to give me a completely liberal approach to everything, and that motherfucker's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy because
Actually,
you can
that's
go
a
to
great
customize.
idea.
You can customize it to give it your interest, to give it things you're working on, things that you're focused on, things you need help with. You can tell it like so. What I did is I have a problem with prioritizing, right? So I'm very creative, spontaneous, impulsive, which it can be a benefit and it's good. I got a lot of energy all the fucking time and I get a lot of cool shit done. But it is also very fucking hard to be structured and routine and disciplined and shit like so. I got a problem with priorities. So that's what I first started using Chat GPT with. I said, hey man, I said, I got a problem with prioritizing when not, just in general, but when I'm doing shit and I feel like all of it's kind of important.
Hmm.
I have a problem with just focusing there because I'm like, damn, I feel like this is fucking just as important. So I had it come up with like a schedule and it really fucking changed everything.
Hmm.
Um, because it gave me, well, what you could do is that's what gave me the idea to kind of focus most of my efforts into promoting Wealth Wave and shit like that into Wednesday. I was already doing the Wave Wednesday already, what I'm saying, pushing shit. So it gave me the idea, okay, well, in Tuesday, you in the morning, you can prepare for this content, this, that, and shit. So it gave me my schedule, right? So I was able to basically tell it, hey, these are the things that I'm kind of lacking in, and these are things I need help with. And so, and then it tells you, so you give it like things you're interested in, hobbies, things you need help with, and then you tell Chat GPT, well, how would you like Chat to respond to you? And so
Okay.
then you could tell it like I want. So I told it, I don't want like I want you to fucking talk to me and respond like you've known me my whole life, right? And then I told it too. I said, don't bullshit me, Chat GPT, bro. I said, I just gave you a whole list of all the shit I know how to do. You know what I mean?
Don't bullshit me. Yeah,
Don't
like, hey,
bullshit me,
look,
bro.
treat
And
it
I
like I
really,
could
bro, it's
treat
been
it like
on
I could
point.
fire you.
Yeah, it's been on point ever since. Like, and I went in and kind of adjusted it here and there and things like that. But bro, there's really unlimited potential. You you can even get around like it's algorithms and shit. Like you can get it to answer questions that it don't want to answer.
And honestly, I started off with Dan, the Do Anything Now, but they've since, you know what I'm saying, repaired it. And now that's why I've started using different AI models to go ahead and talk to it. You feel me? Because now
Mhm.
they're able to have a conversation using a different language. Like some of the
Yeah.
words that they use, even I'm like, hey, look, this is what I want to do. However you get there, I support you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Um, right now though, I just yesterday was my first day switching over to member services being my full time, and that's because this is a part of member services. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of this
Man, I
information.
think it's a great idea. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know if I've actually took the time to tell you that, but that's one reason why, like, you one of the first people I hit up when it's like time to do a live, it's time to do a Zoom, it's time to like, if especially unless it's like a structured thing where it's like I'm doing this for this reason with this part, bro. If it's like I'm finna do a Zoom or a live, I'm hitting you up first because every time we get on and we get to cooking, like new ideas, new brain, and then the way you understand things is the way I understand it, but I can tell that you've had more experience relating these complex systems and things and processes to other people because there's a lot of times I'm getting better at it, but there's a lot of times to where I'm like in my head it's easy. Like I get it, it makes sense. I'm able to apply it, do it. But when I go to try and explain, because the way I usually think is like, well, if I explain every detail of something, there's no questions about it. They understand it, right? But I guess that's not really the best way to go about it because I didn't
You
learn
got
it
to give
all at
some people
once.
controversy. I hate to tell you this, but I love to tell you this because I know you can fight. You got to give some people some stuff that they're like, huh? That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Mhm.
found that being agreeable because you know the information makes people feel like, hey, I'm probably not in the loop, or hey, maybe I should learn about this some more until I'm up to the level where you're. Nah,
Mm.
I give
That
people enough to chew on. Like, hey, if this is true for me, like, hey, a man put it together, right? You're not a man, you can't put it together yourself. Oh, okay, dang, you
Um,
feel me?
I
Give some
get it.
people.
That makes total sense too. That makes
Mm-hmm.
complete sense because that's really what got me. It wasn't anything that anybody said or anything that someone like a statement they made that made me be like, yeah, I agree with that. Let me find out what's going on. It was something that somebody said that got me thinking, asking questions to myself, like, wait a minute, well, that don't make sense. Well, hold on, let me find out. This is okay. What is that? That's what always got me. And then so you got to pique my attention, and then I'm gonna do the rest, right? You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You're right. You're right. See,
yeah.
these are all things that's crazy, bro. It's like because most people would just assume that fucking because I can speak and because I can invest, that I would just know all that and be able to do all that. Bro, I don't know shit about like telling y'all how to do this shit. Like just because I'm teaching you don't mean that I'm a teacher. Bro, like I'm
Hey,
learning this shit as I go and winging the fuck out of it, bro, and really just picking up useful advice and things that I can use from other people like you and Walt and Foster and everybody, really, bro. Uh,
honestly, Chris, my whole thing is this, right? I've been on stages that I should not have been. I know for a fact I
exactly,
shouldn't have been up on that damn stage, but
exactly.
from that experience, I was able to do it again, and then again,
Hmm.
and then again. I'm like, all right, cool. At this point, somebody else needs to be able to reap the rewards. You feel me? My
Yes.
goal is this: if you're able to walk into a Fortune 500 board office, a company of individuals, you got 500 employees, and you're able to explain it to them, you could say it however you want to say it, but as long as you got that button up on, right,
Hmm.
and you're able to get through the lesson, then that's the mission completed.
That's it.
Because people want to buy from you. They buy personality. People don't buy
They
products or
do.
services.
They
They
do.
buy the interconnectedness. And that's another thing where it comes to the presentation. I sent you the video. So this is
Hmm.
a video from 7 years ago. I was still in high school. So I don't know if you know this, Chris, but I'm 24. Okay.
Hey, then now that's impressive.
I appreciate you. So 7 years ago, we were really on the stage where it was like, all right, it's five individuals. We all got our own part. It's all memorized and things of the sort. But it was for the Aspen Challenge. And now since then, since we've been, they've had the CEO of Google, they've had the CEO of different companies come on, pharmaceutical companies. The Bezos Foundation sponsored the Aspen Challenge, and they loaded too. I sat next to Mr. Bezos. They was like, Josh, hey, that's the head honcho. I was like, oh, for real? Hey,
Oh
what's
no
up, man?
way.
How you doing? You feel me?
That's fine.
But one of those things is like we can prestige and we can use the things that everybody else has already done from 2 to 5 to 7 years ago to build
Hmm.
customer avatars and partner avatars. So in member services, I'm really big on the customer avatars. So I would say sell
Yeah,
to yourself. You feel me? And the same thing with the
you're right.
systems that we're about to start creating. You feel me? Hit them with
You're
the
absolutely
controversy
right.
that will pique your interest. You
That
feel me?
yeah, because honestly, that's kind of a conversation I've had with Walt too. It's like at this point we really do have to start treating this exactly like what it is. We have to start treating it like a corporation, like a business, like a revenue profit producing entity, because that's what it is, bro. Like here's the thing about that. It's going to be as successful and as professional as you make it.
Yeah.
Right. So if we're all lazy and lackluster and we fucking just put minimal effort into it, well, then you're going to be a minimal ass fucking business. You're going to make minimal fucking waves and you're going to have like a very minimal fucking effect or impact on whatever it is you're trying to do. But if we do shit
Especially
like this, if every fucking day we're trying to find new ways, or really it comes down to like, I don't know shit about that. Let me fucking find out. Or let me get with somebody that does know shit about that. And let's see if they're willing to help or work with me. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what the biggest thing is everybody feels like they ain't got nothing to offer. They're stuck. There's nothing that they can really do. That's the situation most people are in. They say that most Americans, they can't survive a $400 emergency. That's scary as fuck, bro. That is a scary ass statistic because bro, I don't really think there is very many emergencies that cost less than $400. I can't think of an
yeah.
emergency I've ever went through that cost less than that.
The
You
only
ever
one
went
that
to?
I've had recently, and it's because it's recent. That's why I had a tooth that was cracked. It's been cracked
Mm,
for a while. I was like, ah, it's
that's
not
not
hurting,
bad.
so I'll deal with it later. Didn't know how
Yeah.
important teeth are, right? I was like, okay, now it's starting to kill me. I went and got
Yeah.
it pulled, right? It was like little under 400. It was like 71 for the exam and then 280 for the
And
extraction.
that toothache is an emergency, bro. That shit
Oh
sucks.
my goodness.
That's the worst
Nobody
pain.
told me. I didn't
Yeah, it
know.
sucks,
Oh
bro.
my goodness. I didn't
It
know.
sucks.
So I've learned, and that's why I'm like lately, this entire week I've been
Now, could you
as sober
imagine
as I've
that?
been.
Could you imagine? You're already going through that. You're already doing the toothache and as horrible as that shit is, and then going. Now, could you imagine that having to go through that now gets you evicted from your house or apartment? Now keeps you from being able to pay your insurance or
Hmm.
provide for your. Could you imagine that being the situation to where literally that fucking tooth that you just got pulled fucked your whole life up?
Hmm. Yeah.
That is the situation that most Americans are in. They can't survive a $400 emergency. That's
That's terrifying.
insane. It's terrifying to know that in
Yeah.
today's
I couldn't
like.
imagine walking
I
around
can't
with that
either. Like,
pain trying to be productive. Or like if I had that pain and I needed to go get $400, like there's no
yeah,
work
what
that I
about
would
that?
want to
Waking
do.
up with that and being, I still got to go to work and I still got to do because if I don't, I can't pay my rent. That would suck. I mean, not that I've just always fucking, been blessed and just had a shit ton of, but like the hardships that I did go through, like a lot of my hardships were, by choice. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll sit there and sacrifice and suffer. Like if I'm building something or if I'm putting something together and I really feel like the purpose of it's stronger than, what I am. And if it's bigger than me, then I'll sit there and live like a fucking peasant. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Material shit really don't get me going like it used to when I was younger. I mean, I got fucking 27 pairs of fucking Air Force Ones in there. It's all kind of different. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like I don't wear none of them now. Back then I thought
Man,
that
I
I
got a
had to
bag
have
of
them shoes.
shoes right here in front of me. Like,
I thought back then I had to have them shoes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have that car. I gotta have these shoes, this and that. I don't care about any of that shit now. Like really. And it's crazy and ironic as hell that like when I actually kind of step up into the big leagues to where you could really become like rich as fuck is when I don't give a damn about the money.
yeah.
Now I'm all like, you know what? Fuck the money. I'm gonna help people.
Servant leaders get paid. You feel me?
Yeah, and then
So
the money just comes along with it, which is crazy. You know,
yeah, honestly. So it's like one of those
that's
things
really
where
how it
okay,
works.
the thing that I want to focus in on for member services is mindset in a different manner. You feel me? Because I
Yes,
wanna I wanna go back to the thing that we said originally, right? With it, which is the mindset that people need in order to make waves with
you
both
got to
ways.
have your mind right because if whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are fucking right. You're right. It's that fucking simple, bro. Because if you literally start out by thinking, "Damn, I could never do that," well, you're fucking right. You'll
That's it.
never get it. You can never do it because you already made your mind up that you can't.
Yep.
And most people are scared to fucking fail. And so they never try, which is fucking insane. You're scared to fail, so you don't try, which is failing by default. It's failing on like by choice. It's you saying, you know what? Ah, fuck it. Let's fail.
Yep.
That's insane,
Perspective.
bro. You're so scared of the failure that you just accept it. That don't make no
And that's
sense.
why rewiring that, I use something called the integrated information theory of consciousness. It was developed by Giulio Tononi. He's
Mm.
a chairholder at the University of Madison, Wisconsin. I've done all research throughout this man's whole life. Like, and
I can tell.
yeah, like he really he has a theory of consciousness, but what I'm doing is turning it into a methodology. So this right here is a
I like
methodology
that.
in the
You
sense
all the
that
time taking something and putting it to work, finding how can I use this information and put it into a system that is replicatable or at least beneficial. That's fucking awesome. That's what I try to do.
yeah, yeah, and it's been working more and more because of the IIT, right? So it starts off with axioms and postulates, right?
Hmm.
So axioms are things that have to be true. Postulates are things that are
Right,
true because of these axioms, right? So the
right,
axioms such as intrinsic existence, it says that existence is the smallest, most irreducible factor. A lot of these theories, a lot of these self-help books, a lot of these things out here, they're talking about how you can break down the beta waves, the gamma waves in the brain, and all that other. There's no need to go that deep. Let's start off with what you see, what you hear, the tactile things that make up your experience. And then that's how we can create customer avatars that are a little bit more effective. Because if you're selling to yourself from a systems perspective first, then you're looking at the experience perspective. Okay, You're saying this is the type of person, this is a similar type of person to me, but they're in a different situation. Their experience is different. Their end result, even if I can give them double their money in a month, their end result needs to be what, triple, quadruple, whatever the case may be. Now, the next month after they get that one hit wonder, yeah, they'll go back to the regular programming. But if they're able to internalize it and make contracts, for example, one thing that we can offer for sure, and these templates will be on member services. I told Bruno this too about a week ago, so I'm adding to the contracts, right? We have 7 different opportunities for people to start going out and consulting on their own. You feel me? So as soon as you come and be a part of it, yes, you get the $10 affiliate, the referral, but that ain't no money. I'm talking about $1,000 plus. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think that's also what's super cool about everything we do is we get a mix of people, right? So there's a lot of people that really just are in like a shit situation that don't have like a lot of funds. And, which it might be different now that, kind of prices are increasing and things like that. But somebody will come in here like spending $20. They don't know shit about nothing. They'll come in, they'll get enlightened, they'll get like, their mind opened up to possibilities, to things. They'll see the network of just regular ass people like them. You know what I mean? Like, and they'll be like, holy shit, dude, that dude looks just like me. Or maybe he looks just like him or whatever. But those are just average, regular fucking people. They're not rich, successful. Like some of them might have successful businesses or come from families with money and shit like that. But some of them's literally gonna come from the hood, just like I did. That didn't have nobody to show them shit, but like the wrong shit. And they able to get in here. And so you'll take a person that's at those beginner stages that's just like, shit, I just wish I could do something better, right? And then once they get in there and see the shit that's going on with all these regular people that's doing better, then they automatically they start thinking bigger. They start
and I want to tell you this too,
do
Chris,
better.
because the neighborhood that I'm in right now, I'm in the hood. I live deep in the hood,
Right.
right? But if I go outside and I try to have this conversation, I'm gonna be shut down.
Yeah,
And that's a good
facts. Right
thing.
then.
I love it.
Right then.
You know what I'm saying? The reason why I love it so much is because once I start producing more results, you start seeing me go to the store, you start seeing me come back with back. Like people be watching no matter what. People
Yeah,
see.
that's the
You know
thing,
what I'm
bro. They
saying?
see it. They see it.
They
Even the
see
ones
it.
that's hating, bro. They
They
wouldn't be
want to
hating if they
feel
didn't see
it.
it first.
They want to
They
feel it.
yes.
So to make them feel it, I've actually been finding that instead of just inviting people, I work with them one on one. I'll give you a freebie. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll also see how many times you're coming back to the different channels of access that I've given. Right. So one person I put into the school for free. I put her in there for a lifetime membership. She
That's
dropped something
crazy. I
in.
do that too.
Yeah, you feel me?
Let's just see what you got. Test you out, right? You know what I mean? If you're
Yeah.
engaging and you're ready, all right, cool. Then let's do it. That matter of fact, that's what I did with Nathan. I paid for Nathan's membership, like lifetime membership and everything. Like let him I bought the Google Play shit or Google Store shit from Walt, and then when I just like hit him up, I gave him my password and everything, and he rode through that on his own, and then I paid for him to get into school. And now, shit, now he's teaching his own classes,
And he's really good. He's
yeah,
really good.
he
Like he's
really
taught me
is.
so much.
No, it's like I get the technical analysis, and I definitely understand it, and I know how the market works. But I just ain't got the time and patience to sit in there and do all that like he does. He just like I think it's because I'm like more macro, bigger picture. Like I'm trying to put the systems together. He's getting in there and learning the systems like all the way through. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get in there and learn how that shit works, run it through my psyche and thought process and figure out how to make it better and make my own system or something. Right? That's kind of usually the way I think. It's just like, damn, that's cool. All right, let me learn about that. And then I'm like, now let me make that better. You know what I'm saying?
There we
He'll
go.
go in and just he'll learn the all the way traditional fucking this is the textbook definition and this is exactly how like this is this and that and I was like, all right, you went tedious with it. I'm tedious in a whole different type of way. But so it's cool that it works like that. Matter of fact, man, he pissed me off when I first let him into school. Cause like I was like, man, I done got them put you in school, done paid for it, like put you all the way on, and you gonna dip out. Like you know what I'm saying? I asked him, it was something we had like a promotion or something going on with Cycle, and he was like, "No, I'm good. I don't even." I said, "What you mean you good?" But he came back later and he was like, "Bro," he was like, "What it was." I just had my own shit going on at the time. He said I had too much going on in my personal life, and he said I couldn't commit to anything because I just wasn't prepared. And then he's like, and now I've got my situation straight and I'm ready to like be present and active and I can put the time and the work and the effort in. And well, I mean, you see, fucking the results speak for themselves. So I thought
Yeah,
that was cool as shit, and I respected the fact because at first I was pissed off because I was like, bro, I done paid and I did this and I knew you would be beneficial and it would benefit you, and then like you just like dip. But when he actually came back, a couple like a month or so later, explained the situation, and so I couldn't do nothing but respect the hell out of that, bro. Because most
for
people would be like,
sure.
"Yeah, yeah, bro, I got you. Fuck it, I got you. I'll be there," and then not show. At least he was like,
Exactly.
"No." He's like, "Nope, I'm not coming. I'm not interested. I ain't doing it." So that was cool.
Yep.
And then he came back and
So
signed like a motherfucker, bro. So it worked out. And then it also kind of taught me a lesson too. It's like your intentions and my intentions maybe not the same, right? Maybe we both focused on the same goals. Maybe we both trying to get to the same destination, but we're gonna take different ways of getting there every time. I might want to take the scenic route. You might try to hit the highway and get there fast as fuck.
exactly, exactly.
But we might
So I
we
mean,
gonna end up in the same. And so that's what's cool about this. We got all these, bro. It's so hard to get two people to completely agree on something and work together, right? Especially to get thousands, to get hundreds of people to follow the same path and the same motion bro, that's hard. That's hard.
won't it be?
That's hard to like orchestrate and plan and get together on your like in general.
I'm gonna tell you
But
a secret. I want to tell you a secret. Let me close this door. Hold on.
uh,
I'm gonna tell you a secret, Chris. I've been building with Walt for about 6 years, right? All the time, I'm like, "Whoa, man, we need to do structure. We need to do this." I've been telling him to get it as an LLC since I met the man. He's like, "No, Josh, you're wrong. We don't need that yet." I was like, "All right, fine. Let's see how it comes together naturally." It came together better than I planned it.
I know,
So I was like,
I know,
"Okay, let me."
I
I
know.
got a
That's what's
heat. I got a
crazy.
P game. You feel me?
That's what's crazy, bro. Is there was a lot of conversations that I had with Walt when I first came in about shit like this. Man, I remember having conversations about marketing and strategies and shit that we are implementing right now, shit that we do every day right now. And I remember us having conversations about that shit. And I remember this one where he was like, "Man, I don't care nothing about that shit."
Yeah, like straight up.
He said he shut me down in the middle of like, and in my head, I'm like, "Bro, this is important as hell. This will help us out so much." And I'm in the middle. He's like, "Bro," he's like, "Slow down." Bro, I don't care nothing about that shit. And I was just like, well, fair enough. Fuck it. All right, let's talk about
Yeah.
something
Hey,
else. Like, I'm not gonna
and
get
that's one of
offended.
those things, right? So, in the same regard, a lot of the stuff that doesn't matter, once I found out where I can implement it elsewhere, and then I was able to find ways that it would help people in the community, he still don't got to care about it. And that's the beauty
That's
of it.
it.
You can
He
stay
don't have
hands
to
out.
care
I
about it.
need you to focus on innovating. You feel me? Like, I need him
That's
to
it.
stay on doing what he do. You feel me?
And that's the
So,
point. And that's kind of what the point I was getting to earlier, just a second ago, was it's hard to get everybody to do the same shit and agree and follow. We've got so many fucking people that are completely different, that have completely different styles, personalities, characters, and like in any other fucking situation would not even associate with each other.
yeah.
Completely different walks of life, all focused and headed in the same type of direction, using different fucking ways to get there. And it's like, bro, when something like that comes together, like just like that, when like you said, you said, "Oh, we need to do this," and then you was like, "All right, well, fuck it." You relinquish control and let kind of the universe sort itself out, right? And then that shit
Yep.
literally, it went
I was like, let me
where
see. I was like,
where
let me
you were
see.
headed, but better.
Yeah, I was like, let me see. I'm not gonna doubt it. I'm not gonna exit. I'm gonna see. And where I could add value, where it's like, all right, this needs to be okay, cool. That's less work, and it's more
Mhm.
able to bring in these other types of people that we never would have talked to. You feel me? So, in that same regard, we got 30 seconds left on this
Oh
Zoom.
well,
I think we should do just a Facebook call, and
yeah,
then I
yeah.
want to write down some of the actionable steps.
All right, I
Um,
got my board up right now. As a matter of fact, I
I
gotta
bet
open
I'm
it
putting
now.
mine up too. We in here.
Cool. Yeah, bet. All right.
All right.
See, that's what I'm saying. I love getting on these calls, bro. We always utilize shit. We always turn up. We get
You
some
got to make
fun.
something happen, man.
That's it, man. That's it.